Buenos días.
Good morning and welcome to everyone to this 4th International Conference on Financing for Development. Dear Antonio, dear Secretary General, thank you, first of all, for your work and the work of all the UN staff who have worked hand in glove with many workers from Spain to ensure that this conference will be a success. I'd also like to extend my gratitude to the Board of Andalusia and of Sevilla, the city that is hosting us.
Authorities, our time is now and our place is here. We have gathered because billions of people's and lives depend on the decisions we make these days, on whether we choose ambition over paralysis, solidarity over indifference, or courage over convenience.
Dear friends from all continents, the world's eyes are upon us, not just to hear what we have to say, but also to see what we are ready to do together. And in the face of this historic challenge, we must prove our worth. Sevilla welcomes you, a city where centuries ago the world seemed to converge in one place. Sevilla was a crossroads of cultures and languages and interests which made her an unofficial headquarters of global diplomacy. If today we were to look for an early symbol of what the United Nations might be, we would find it here, in the New York, if I may, of the 16th century. That was beautiful Sevilla back then, a cradle of globalism. And Spain welcomes you, a country in which Bartolomé de las Casas, Francisco de Vitoria, and the School of Salamanca contributed to laying the groundwork for the rights of people. It was an embryo of international public law and international humanitarian law, which today brings us here together in the spirit of multilateralism. Sevilla is taking up the torch of Addis Ababa. And as we saw in the video, 10 years ago, with the 2030 Agenda and the Action Agenda, together we charted a roadmap and a plan for leaving nobody behind. The time has now come to hold ourselves to account, and there is absolutely no room for complacency. The financing gap for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals is estimated at $4 trillion annually. $4 trillion. And according to the latest progress report, only 1/3 of the measurable goals will be met. 2 out of 5 families are living in countries that have to invest more in servicing their debt than in the education or healthcare of their sons and daughters. That is not the path for sustainable development. We know that it is a path that leads to frustration, and it is also the path of injustice. Therefore, Excellencies, the government of Spain believes that this summit is an opportunity for us to change course, for us to raise our voice in the face of those who seek to convince us that rivalry and competition will set the tone for humanity and for its future. And that is why I suggest we focus on 3 goals. First of all, to turn our words into action. The Sevilla commitment should renew and take the legacy of Addis Ababa further. Those who wish to make swifter progress in implementing the Sevilla commitment can and must do so. And with this goal in mind, we are launching the Sevilla Platform for Action, a space for promoting coalitions and bolder initiatives in which countries, multilateral institutions, civil society and the private sector, all interested stakeholders who wish to join forces in order to maximize their impact can do so. This platform will be presented this afternoon, and with this platform, we will be able to translate our commitments into tangible action on the ground. The second goal is to face the major development debates with solidarity so as to leave nobody behind. In a world in which the donor community is shrinking drastically, the time has come to step forward and not only reaffirm our commitment, but redouble it. We need to improve debt sustainability and ensure tax justice and deliver on our commitments on development aid. Developing countries need fiscal space. They need fiscal space for implementing their national strategies. And therefore, it is essential to reform international financial architecture so as to make it more representative, more just, and above all, more effective. And thirdly, we have to bolster trust. We have to keep the flame alive and believe in it. In an ever more fragmented world, inclusive and strengthened multilateralism is more necessary than ever, and it must have the UN at its heart. A dialogue based on respect and where everybody is on equal footing should guide our decisions. There is no North and no South. There is just one humanity that requires joint solutions for joint challenges. Therefore, I would like to make the case for empathy, a quality that is inherent in multilateralism and which enables us to see the world from the other person's point of view. Let us look beyond the random scars of history that we call borders, and let us see and act beyond our passports, because there is no border, however fortified, there is no wall, however high, that can slow down the challenges that we are facing. But let me assure you that nor can walls and borders slow down our commitment towards humanity and the planet. To conclude, I would like to sincerely thank all delegations for their work in this process, and in particular, I would like to praise the excellent work of the co-presidents, Portugal and Burundi, and that of the co-facilitators, Norway, Mexico, Zambia and Nepal. Thank you to all of you. Excellencies, let me conclude. Sevilla offers us a great opportunity. At these highly difficult and uncertain times, opportunities are few and far between, so we must seize this one. We must work together to ensure that when we look back, we can say with certainty that we did what needed doing, when it needed doing, as it needed doing. Let us shine the bright light of beautiful Sevilla on the future of the generations that are to come. Thank you.